the emotions start going, the head starts going, and the fear starts. And what happens with the fear? It leads back to the gear. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe, because this week we are tackling all things recovery and Christmas. Let's go. Welcome back, you beautiful bunch of warriors. I think this week's video is vital because we are heading into the Christmas period, and I know things have gotten very fancy around here, but nonetheless, recovery is important as we're heading into Christmas. So I really want to support anybody who may be new to recovery. If they're 10 years in, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you a few hints and tips to get through Christmas, to enjoy Christmas, make it a fantastic Christmas. And if you're even just trying to get through it, let's get through it fantastically. Okay, let's go. Having said that, I'm going to get into my first tip. So I want you to write a letter to yourself. Now, the reason for this is, and it's very powerful, whether you have done journaling before, whether you haven't, journaling is a vital process to be able to get you into a place of feeling your emotions and actually tracking your emotions. But when I say write a letter to yourself, I want you to write a letter, get pen and paper out on a day when you are feeling bloody fantastic, when the world is brilliant, the sun is shining and you just feel like everything is going right for you. Write down on a letter exactly what recovery has done for you, how good it makes you feel, and everything that you have achieved up to this point. And I'll tell you why at the end of the video, why I want you to do that letter. So a lot of triggers may come up for you throughout the Christmas period. Now you might think that it's people drinking, or, you know, pubs, people going to the pubs, especially over the Christmas, New Year. But I want you to really focus on yourself for the minute, because a trigger is also your emotions. So if it is somebody that does trigger you, make sure to set up boundaries around that person. In other words, escape and don't excuse. Setting up those boundaries for yourself. You will stay for an hour and then you will leave. If you are feeling triggered in any way, get the heck out of there. Another tip is to also, if you do feel like you have to go to maybe a family celebration and you know that a trigger is going to be there for you, have a backup plan, an exit plan. Make sure you have a friend that you can call and just say, phone a friend, that you can just say, listen, I really have to go to this, but can I give you a buzz when I'm finished so we can meet up afterwards? And make sure to get in your meetings as much as you possibly can coming up to the Christmas period. Keep speaking, keep talking. If there is anything going on with you, get it out in the open, because the more you speak about it, the less power it takes from you. So the more you speak, the more you get it out of you, the better you feel. So why are we talking about this now, Vivienne? Well, I want you to be really organised coming up to the Christmas, because organisation is key to getting through Christmas, especially if you are new to recovery. But what I do want to start off with is anybody who is on methadone. You're also considered in recovery. And I really want you to look after your bottles. Make sure you don't go through them thinking you want to get a bit more jolly like everybody else at Christmas. Make sure those bottles are nice and tight. You don't spill anything. That doesn't stress you out over the Christmas. And you're able to know that you have enough to get you through the Christmas. Enjoy the Christmas, but just take the dose that you're supposed to, because I know you get takeaways. Do not feel pressured in any way whatsoever. You must remember that your loved ones want you there for Christmas. It doesn't matter about presents or anything like that. Don't be getting too pressured, because when we get pressured, the emotions start going, the head starts going, and the fear starts. And what happens with the fear? It leads back to the gear. So make sure you absolutely stay in touch with your emotions, with your feelings, and really just soak it all in, but don't get pressured. And remember that your family members, your loved ones, want you there. So don't be stressing about presents or anything like that. Just take it easy. Just go and take, as you have learned in all of your meetings, whether it be the fellowship, Smart Recovery, is that you have to take it one day at a time. And you have to remain present. No pun intended. You have to remain present within the Christmas period and just soak it all in, and just remember those faces and what it really means to them to have you there for Christmas. So I spoke about the letter there. And the reason why I want you to write that letter to yourself on a day when you are feeling fantastic, you are skipping the life fantastic, you feel great, write down everything, what recovery means to you, how you're feeling, and how strong you're feeling. So on a weekday, number one, you pick up the phone and you call somebody. There is, of course, the play the tape, the aftermath, but you see that letter that you have written, you take that out and you read that. And you see how important recovery is to you. The aftermath, you know what the play the tape is. If you don't, I'll explain it to you in just a second. But when you read that letter, you will see what recovery truly means to you. Pick up the phone, ring somebody straight away, get into a meeting, and don't have any excuses. I can't find a meeting, there's none around me. Ring a friend, make sure and have loads of numbers on your phone that you can call and that you can lean on. Please don't fall foul to FOMO. We all know what FOMO is, which is fear of missing out. And this is why I'm talking about organisation. Big time. It's okay to say no, and say no as often as you possibly can. This is especially true for anybody that is new to recovery. They may feel that they are missing out. Well, all my friends are going to the pub, why can't I? Listen, I am going to remain active over the Christmas period. And I also am going to ask you something that I think the recovery community will be really interested in doing, just to show our support for one another and allow each other to really know that we are there for one another. I want you to really, really enjoy your Christmas and take a step back. And this is vital as well if you have family around and you're seeing drink and all the rest of it, or maybe if you're going to a party and somebody that you used to use with, or you might get something off them, if you know what I'm saying. It's important for you to really keep those boundaries. But when you do arrive at a certain area, just to take a step back. Assess the area. Is it safe? Do I feel safe? Do I feel okay in my environment? Grand. Okay, well then go. Because I want you to really enjoy your Christmas. I want you to really soak it all in. Look at the faces on your family members, on your loved ones. Look at the faces and really take that in. Because you owe your recovery and yourself everything. And when you see those smiling, happy faces, really soak that in, because this is vital when it comes to remembering what recovery does mean to you. So just to explain the play the tape, if you don't know what that is just, if you are feeling weak in any way whatsoever, it's to play the tape. In other words, you are going to think afterwards, what's going to happen when I use? Is it going to be worth it? You know exactly what's going to happen. You are going to see exactly how far you fall, and it's absolutely devastating. So playing the tape means that you are looking at yourself after the fact and seeing everything that you have lost. And, you know, you have to play up the pros and cons of recovery. There's no cons, let's be honest. They're all pros. So that's why that letter is really important, and it's vital that you have phone numbers. And as well, what I wanted to pose to you guys is, I'm going to remain active over the Christmas. Feel free to pick up the phone, message me anytime you want, and I'll be there for you to speak to you. And also, I think it'd be a good idea if we meet up, so you have something to look forward to, because sometimes we can feel a little bit washed away over the Christmas period with people drinking and they're talking about what last night was like and all the rest of it. Forget all that. Who gives a shit? They have headaches. They'll be in bits. Who cares? What's most important is you and your recovery and how you yourself are doing within the recovery journey. So don't fall prey to FOMO, don't fall prey to the pressure, don't fall prey to anything got to do with people talking about how last night was great or next week is going to be fantastic. You have a strong recovery community. And wouldn't it be fantastic if we set a date where we all met up and had a night out? And that's important. Even if that's not the case, then just to have something to look forward to. Even arrange that yourself within your recovery community, that you all meet up over the Christmas. Keep going to your meetings, keep strong, and remember, we are all in this together.